Hey cactus friends, it's Jenny from Cookies Cacti. I thought I would give you an update on those grafts that I did about 11 months ago. If you remember this video. Ow. Ow. Ow, 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 ow. 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 I don't know if there's any useful information in here at all, but at least you get to watch me stumble around with trying something new. That was the video I did of my first time ever attempting grafting on some Copiapoa. And if you remember from that video, I think I did 1 month worth of update. And at the end of that video, we saw that there were 3 grafts that successfully took. And I'm happy to say that those 3 are sitting here in this first row, the ones that are closest to us. And you can see that they're still alive. This is a Copiapoa calderana lambeckii, but I don't know if it's KK70 or var magnifica. But if you remember from that video, maybe I'll try to put a little picture-in-picture thing over here to show you what it looked like when I grafted it at that time. But you can see it has definitely grown, although it's been 11 months since I grafted it, so I don't know if 11 months of growth on the stalk versus 11 months of growth on its own roots, you know, how different it truly would be. Hard to say. This is another one of the grafts that one of the first grafts that I did in that video. It is a Copiapoa coquimbana KK1388, and maybe I'll put a little picture-in-picture here also of what it looked like when I did the graft. And this is what it looks like today. So it's still alive. I'm using my old camera so I can get up really close. But these guys have been sitting outside since I believe last fall, I think, but I don't really trust my memory. And then the other one I think that I did that I showed at the end of that video was this graft, which is a Copiapoa grandiflora. And it has successfully taken, has done quite well. Though I find grandiflora to grow pretty quickly even on their own. So I don't know if it really, makes a difference to graft it like this or not. However, I believe the majority of these were all rescues. So these were all Copiapoa seedlings that were not doing well or rotting or something was wrong with them. So the grafting was actually a rescue mission. Then I have 3 more grafts back here. This is Copiapoa olivana, Copiapoa molicula, and then I think this might be desertorum, but I'm not 100% sure. I kind of wish I put the labels in the pots. But the graft stock that I'm using here is one of 2 graft stock. There is Trichocereus grandiflorus and Pelasgia chichipe. And the Trichocereus, you can see the stalk. It doesn't look that great, and I don't know if that's normal or not. Let me show you like this one, for example. See? It's not very green. I can never tell if it's doing okay or not. It's a little greener on that side. But the Pelasgia chichipe, they look really good. Really, really good. I actually quite like the look of this. It's really neat and clean. Here's the other one. Compared to the Trichocereus, it's kind of messy. But, as long as it works, I'm fine with that. So you can see that in that video, these graft stocks were all purchased from Home Depot. And they were the Altman plants that are in those little circular 2-inch pots, sitting in what seemed most like almost pure peat moss. And I have since then removed that peat moss stuff and then repotted all of these grafts into 3 1/4 inch pots, and I believe I may have just used like my scrap soil. It's a little bit more organic than my standard cactus soil because this stock I think can take a bit of water. And the reason why I thought of doing this update and this whole topic of grafting is because of that huge die-off of copia seedlings that I've had recently, which I did the video on, I think a couple videos back. Strangely enough, I tried saving a couple of those seedlings, and in both cases the scions killed the graft stock, and quickly too. Like by the next day I could see the graft stock dying. It was really strange, which makes me almost feel like whatever happened to those seedlings was, I'm still not 100% sure what ended up killing them. Let me show you that pile of dead seedlings, which has grown even more since I published that video. Look at this. Can't even count how many are here. Probably lost about 24 or so in the end. And the reason why I'm talking about grafting is that, you know, these guys died off for whatever reason. And the idea of grafting these seedlings can increase their chances of being able to survive mistakes, you know, to be a little more forgiving of our growing conditions and watering and all of that. So that's why I wanted to kind of touch upon the topic of grafting again. We haven't been in here for a while. So some of you may be familiar with my A Lazy Way to Grow Cactus from Seed series. And as you can see, a lot of those seedlings are inside the shade house. And from all the mishaps that's been happening, I've been really conservative on watering them. And some of these little guys I feel like are definitely thirsty. But because I still have these seedlings here, you know, I do have the option of doing some grafting. And these seedlings are still healthy, right? They're not dying. The chances of getting a successful graft is probably higher just from them being healthy. So I am thinking about doing a grafting project with some of these. Maybe grab one of these pots, try grafting, and then see if I can get some of them to take, and maybe I'll have higher chances of keeping these guys alive. These have not been watered for probably close to a month now, but these, at least the bigger ones, seem to be taking it okay. There's more up here. These are all pretty dry. These are still in the Miracle-Gro Seed Starter, Miracle-Gro Perlite, so it's a very lightweight mix, and this pot is like feather light. The sun has been incredibly intense, and I don't know if that's what's causing kind of that bleaching color. I swear these guys probably like a little bit more protection from our UV. But so that's the idea of doing that grafting project. So I probably will pick some of these and go ahead and do that, because I mean, how many other opportunities would we have to do some experiments like that? Yeah, so these guys are still alive from the Lazy Way series. Since we're in here, you might as well take a look at, that looks pretty thirsty. Where that Huizelia pochli, some of them are still alive. The Epithalantha bochii pot that got attacked by the bird. Most of them are still around. Well, few turbinicarpus, few areocarpus seedlings that are left after the bird attack. These guys are looking kind of bleached. Anyway, let me go inside and show you the graft stock that I purchased. So I bought more Trichocereus grandiflorus. This is all from Home Depot. And then more Pelasgia chichipe. So these guys I am going to use as part of the grafting project and see if I can get some Copiapoa to successfully take and increase the chances of survival in the future. So I hope you enjoyed this graft update. So again, these were grafted about 11 months ago, and that video was posted about 10 months ago. So it's been almost a year. And the ones that made it are doing alright. Maybe I'll come back in another 11 months and do another update. Hopefully you enjoyed the graft update. Take care. Bye-bye.